Hey people, Thursday, May 15th, man. I say that a lot, don't I? The time's flying. Every time I turn around, it's another week is just about gone. I'm here to share with you, I was going to do a live opening yesterday, but I just didn't know enough to, well, when I looked back at the video, I misspoke about some things because I didn't know. But Chris Cole, John Coltrane 68, my Chicago friend, sent me a package of records yesterday. Thank you, Chris. I'll show you what he sent me. I appreciate you very much, Chris, and I wanted to let the world know how much I appreciate you and how I feel like, you know, we are similar souls. I don't think you'll mind me sharing this because you've been pretty open about it yourself. But I know that I do understand that one of the reasons why you connected with me a while back, Chris, through the videos was recognizing another person that deals with depression and also someone who kind of feels greatly misunderstood by a lot of people. And I know that we have those feelings in common. Even though I don't know your whole story, Chris, I feel very much like you're like a brother to me. And I do not see the way that you have endeared yourself to me as any sort of butt kissing or kissing up to. I see you as a peer, an artistic peer. You're quite the poet. You know, you're prolific with words. And I also just applaud the fact that, you know, you're pretty naked to the world as far as how you feel and what's going on with you. And that left up to interpretation by some people will be misinterpreted. And so what for those misinterpretations? You know, you're an amazing person. I'm really glad to know you, Chris. And the record just sent me, you know, I know that you're good at finding records cheaply, and so you sent me some great things I know you found at low prices. What's important to me is what you sent, because, you know, it shows what you know about me, and I appreciate that. Besides the records, Chris sent me a couple of magazines, Nexus and the Monthly Aspectarian. I read all the time, and I like to be informed. I'm curious about non-mainstream points of view and information. I absolutely do not trust the media in general. And the mainstream in general, I don't trust at all and don't believe anything they say. I always try to find out from different sources what the real story is about things, you know. Like, for example, the situation in Nigeria. God only knows what's really going on over there, huh? But I'm listening to one of the records that Chris sent me, and I appreciate this very much, Chris. Michael J. Smith with Michael Shreve and Jonas Hellberg, All Our Steps. This is a cool album. It's kind of like, it's almost like a demonstration of technique for most of the album. It's a deep listening experience, actually. It's not casual. You can easily, you know. And this is interesting. This is the U.S. version on Relativity Theory Records. It's been out on several different labels. Not several, but it's come out in Sweden and a few other places. And I really appreciate this version. Chris, thank you. Chris knows that I love ethnic music, electronic music, and that I appreciate greatly the output of the Nonesuch label. And so when he's able to, he picks stuff up for me, and I really appreciate it, Chris. He got me this Kenneth Gabriel, Music for Voices, Instruments, and Electronic Sounds on Nonesuch. And these pieces were written in 1966 and realized in 1968. This music, this electronic music, especially in the context of the time of when it was made, this stuff is really compelling, interesting, and it stands out. And I highly recommend people who are interested in exploring music and finding out what else has been going on all these years, besides the mainstream artists that everyone knows, is to pick up on these Nonesuch Explorer albums, or Nonesuch in general, from the 60s and 70s. Really, really good stuff. He sent me another one. These are all mixed up already. Come on, Dereck. That's what I do. Just give me a second here. Why did I? Oh, okay, I know why they got mixed up. Here we go. Just again, thank you so much, Chris. Yes, I also want to thank other friends. They'll remain nameless. I had friends send me money yesterday. I'm not asking for it. They just sent me money. A few different people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, I won't be buying any records. It's that real, folks. It's just my, I got to pay these bills, Hopefully the museum thing, the gallery thing, let's see what happens. It'd be great if I could start selling some of my collages, and artwork. We'll see. Along the lines of, let me get this together. Okay, it's not another Explorer album, but it's along those lines. Ali Akbar Khan, the master of the Sarod from India. I believe that's the tambura, maybe I'm thinking of. But this is a 40-minute raga. I just love this stuff. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate this very much. Ali Akbar Khan, who's the master. He also told me he was going to send me this Cam Newton album. I had found a Cam Newton album last year, real cheaply on Inner City. Really liked it. I played this already, and this is very, very nice. Cam Newton is a guitarist who does not stand out, and so no wonder you don't know about him. But the caliber of musicianship and some of the compositions on here are really quite good. Band-wise, he's got Larry Karush, Michael Urbanak, and Billy Hart in the band. So this is a real solid musical date. Cam Newton, The Motive Behind the Smile. So again, if you see this and you're interested in hearing good music, I mean seriously, some good music, here it is. Here it is. It's not always the big names that you have, we get, I understand, you look for quality and you associate quality with certain names, and it's true. But the thing that I have continually have discovered from having to look for music cheaply is that there is all kinds of good music made by all kinds of people that you would never know if you don't look for it. He also sent me another album of guitar music. I love classical guitar. And this is on another one on Nonesuch, Ray de la Torre. Particularly on here, there's a Fala homage to Debussy that I love. What's interesting is that these records, some of these recordings on Nonesuch, they sound like they were done cheaply, and yet that cheapness, like the fact that this sounds like it was recorded in somebody's hallway, for some reason gives it more character to me. Or just, I have a couple other Nonesuch albums where it sounds like they recorded it in a shoebox, and yet the performances are so spirited that I prefer them. Thank you, Chris. And he sent me this album by this Korean composer, Dr. Leon Jun Kim, A Cycle of 4 Songs Among the Reeds, Volume 8. Now, I really appreciate this package more than I like the music. I've listened to this, and it's like I won't be listening to this very much. It's almost operatic. But this is a beautiful, beautiful record made in Korea with the foil on the lettering, which I love. I just did it on my album. It's made in Korea, so it's in Korean, but it's kind of deluxe. It's got the music, and then in the back, it's signed to a Jim Wilson, who apparently bought this album by the composer, signed in 1976. By Dr. Kim. So and then also it's signed on July 6th, 1976, which is the day before my birthday. My birthday is July 7th. All those little things make this just that much more special. and I really appreciate these records, and I appreciate your friendship and your love a lot, Chris. Some other records sitting out. I've listened again to recent VCLT from Britt Varn, the Senior Coconut, doing the craft work. I love it. Here's something I hadn't played in a long time. It's a compilation, The Wonderful World of Glass. There was a small label out of England called Glass Records. I picked up on it because Lemon Kittens and Legendary Pink Dots are on here. And that's what originally got my attention to buy this when it came out. This is pretty hard to find now. This is really, really, it's one of those homemade albums where they just get it right. It's really homemade. Some of the pieces are shambolic, but the heart and spirit are there, and it comes through loud and clear. Yesterday, the Tortoise and the X was being talked about on Facebook, so I pulled it. Man, this is good. It sounds like This Heat quite a bit. Tortoise and the X, part of the Fish Tank series. So those are my, because I also played Backlash by Freddie Hubbard a few days ago. The old Freddie Hubbard album. Really enjoyed this. So once again, folks, just thank you for being with me, being my friend. Thank you, Chris, for the VCLT. Thanks, everyone, for everything. You know, when it rains, it pours. You know, like I get on Facebook this morning, and there's a request that there's the big punk rock reunion show happening here in Omaha this weekend. Some people are coming in town, and one of the people that was going to play keyboards for one of the bands can't make it. They're asking me if I can sit in. I don't know if I have time to learn the parts. I'm going to see, though. I'll tell you, though, I like that. I like it when things are popping. Even though I like my solitude, I also like to be involved. And this life as an artist it's topsy-turvy, but I'm gonna get used to it, and I like it. I prefer it to the opposite. I prefer it to what I was doing, which is working a 9 to 5. Lastly, I'll shout out to a couple folks, more folks. David McCarthy, I know you watch me a lot. Hey, David. Gorvo, is it Dark Dub? I think David, you're Dark Dub. Then there's Gorvo. I noticed I know you guys feel like friends. I get you mixed up as to who you actually are sometimes, but I know that you guys are with me, and just cheers, everyone.